So where is Aquaman during the Rebirth? Welcome to the Complete Story Series, where I take trade paperbacks and single issues and I break them down into digestible bites to help you understand. Then I read it dramatically back to you. All alterations to the panels, text, and images are to prevent copyright problems, and all art is owned by its respective companies. This is a rebirth, a DC rebirth. It is not a reboot. It is a new status quo as DC brings back the things that you loved about your favorite superheroes and puts them back into the existing timelines. We're going to be showcasing select issues of the Rebirth to let you know the starting points for a lot of these series. These are single issues, so they are short, but each of these Rebirth issues is continued in the mainline book, which is now coming out. This is Aquaman Rebirth. To begin with, picture the world. A reality check can be humbling. It reminds man of his place in the cosmos. Picture the oceans. Their average depth is 2.5 miles. Their maximum, more than 7. They cover 2/3 of the planet. Compared to that, any man is insignificant, unless he claims the oceans as his domain and rules over them as Aquaman. Aquaman swims as fast as he can, asking Mera, "How far am I?" She reports back that the identity is confirmed. It is the deluge. Damn it, Arthur Curry says as he pushes himself to go even faster. You see, taking 2/3 of the planet as your space to protect isn't a small job. It's too much for one man, some would say. To be here now, he's ignoring a typhoon in Indonesia, a seaquake in Japan, and a migrant ship in the Mediterranean. Today, Aquaman's priority is the deluge. With that, he swims in, telling them, "Stop this now," and the man in charge sees him coming. The king himself! No fealty now, deluge. We are sworn to this act! Aquaman dodges some of the shots fired and he realizes that these are Atlanteans that have disagreed with his recent actions. "You are no king of mine! Where is your crown? You dress like a surface fool!" Aquaman keeps swinging his trident at the enemies. "You're rigged for war. Let me guess, your plan is to level a city in unsuspecting America? The deluge has bided its time long enough waiting for you to act, king. You have not!" As a creature of the sea charges into Aquaman, the leader of the deluge informs him, "The surface will burn for Atlantis." Not for Atlantis. This is never for Atlantis. While this is happening, the people at the embassy for Atlantis are debating his actions. He is fighting against the Atlanteans to protect surface worlders, but Mera corrects them. Those are terrorists. They are not fighting for the betterment of Atlantis. Then she tells all of the units to hold unless the fight gets closer to land. To the world, Aquaman is a superhero, a member of the Justice League, comrade to Superman and Wonder Woman, but the Drylanders seem to think that he talks to fish. This is untrue. He has a telepathic gift that allows him to compel marine life. They are not smart enough to hold a conversation with him. However, this myth has made him a popular running joke in pop culture. To the few Drylanders that have seen his true power, there aren't enough to give any real credibility to the power of the king. Then we cut to a newsroom where we discover one individual has been explaining all of this to a news anchor. "So are you telling me, Dr. Taylor, that Aquaman isn't like the other superheroes?" "David, he's the head of state to a foreign power. That brings baggage with it." But back at our fight, which is happening as this news article is going on, Aquaman leaps out of the water with the sea creature in tow. He then punches the sea creature so hard that he knocks its teeth out, and the leader of the deluge hits the shore. With a few simple swings, Aquaman drops the leader, and he claims victory. Then as he wipes his mouth, he asks, "Why? The land enslaves us and you! Why today? Because tomorrow is too late." Aquaman drops him and he tells Mera, "It's done. Send the drift quietly to secure the prisoners." Then, Aquaman meets Mera at Sam's, his favorite seafood place, and our news anchor continues. On the one hand, he is undoubtedly the man who believes that he is striving for a better, safer world. He is undoubtedly a superhero, a hero of the first rank. He is a king. Those on the surface see him as a punchline or a menace, and a large part of the Atlanteans resent his rule. He fights a daily battle to balance the always conflicting interests of his parent worlds. He is a man of peace at war with everything around him. Even the fish don't actually talk to him. Mera tells Arthur that the drift rounded up all of the terrorists, and then some clam chowder is brought over to their table. Curious, she asks what it is, and Arthur tells her that it's chowder, so she tries it and likes it. Arthur tells her that if she doesn't like it, she doesn't have to eat it. He can tell that she's just tolerating the surface world for him, from the food to the dry land. "Of course, Arthur, you are important to me. I gave my heart to you. My fear is that you ask too much of yourself." But while everyone is looking at Aquaman's situation, someone is watching that news report and he wants his revenge for the death of his father. Black Manta is ready to bring the fight back to Arthur Curry. and that is Aquaman Rebirth. Now, if you haven't been reading Aquaman, then you don't know how cool he actually is. He's one of my favorite superheroes, but due to the actual low level of his popularity, I've been kind of holding off on a lot of Aquaman storylines, and I don't know if we're going to do any more past this Rebirth issue, but you should definitely check it out because Aquaman's a lot cooler than you're willing to give him credit for. And I know some of you guys are huge fans. I'm talking about the individuals who are giving him no credit. Come on, not everything I say is for everyone. Anyway, follow me on Twitter at Comicstorian and Instagram at Comicstorian, and I'll see you guys next time right here.